I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Hey there, art lovers! It's me, James Abbott McNeill Whistler, the cool American painter from the 19th century. I see you have come to hear the tale of my most famous painting, arrangement in gray and black number 1, or as it is commonly known, Whistler's Mother. Well, settle in and let me spin you a yarn. It was the year 1871, and my dear old mother, Anna McNeill Whistler, was staying with me in London. I thought to myself, Whistler, my boy, what better subject could there be for a portrait than your own mother? So, I set to work with my paints and brushes, determined to capture her dignified presence on canvas. Now, I must admit, my mother was not the easiest subject to paint. She was always fidgeting and complaining about how long it was taking. I even joked with her that I would have to call the painting arrangement in gray and black and blue if she didn't sit still. But I persevered, and eventually, I captured her essence in paint. The painting was not an immediate success, mind you. Some critics were quite harsh, one even saying that my painting looked like a pot of paint had been flung in the face of the public. But I knew I had created something special, and over time, the public grew to appreciate Whistler's Mother for its moody atmosphere and subtle tonal variations. The painting has traveled the world, gracing many galleries and museums. It has even been stolen twice, once from the Musée d'Orsay and again from the Musée des Beaux-Arts in Nice. But it always found its way back to me, its proud creator. And the painting has inspired so many other artists, from photographers to sculptors. I even saw a parody once, with my dear mother replaced by a character from a popular television show. But as they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Today, Whistler's Mother is a cultural icon, a symbol of maternal love and the human experience. And I am proud to have created such a masterpiece, even if my mother did give me a bit of trouble along the way. Thank you for listening to my tale, my friends. And yes, I know what you're thinking. What the heck is happening to that painting? Let me tell you another story. It was an ordinary Sunday morning. I was napping with my dog, Winston, in my room. The previous night had been a wild party, and we were both feeling the effects of it. Suddenly someone knocked on my door. Winston opened one eye and lazily turned to the other side. He had a feeling of what was coming next. I was mad because I wasn't expecting anyone, but then they started screaming, "Police, open up! Face down, hands up!" At first, I thought it was some sort of prank, but when I heard them banging on my door, I realized that this was no laughing matter. So I lay down on the ground with my hands up and kicked the door open. The situation became more and more tense, almost like between two Karens. But, fortunately, it wasn't the police, but two thugs in pink ski masks. One of them had a bottle of some kind of alcohol in his hand. They ran into the room and started shouting, "Where's my money, Lebowski?" I told them, "What money? Who is Lebowski?" And they said, "Money on the table, because we will give your dog a whiskey." Winston opened his other eye. Winston, an elderly English bulldog born in Speyside, Scotland. The word whiskey for him was like music to his ears or a bright new rug in the living room that he can ride his butts on. Winston knows more about whiskey than all the whiskey sommeliers in UK put together. As a small puppy, he fell into a tub of whiskey. Since then, he has been walking around drunk, cursing, and singing sea shanties all the time. I nodded, knowing that whiskey was to him like kryptonite was to Superman. They could choose any option: tie me to a chair and put me upside down, feed me rice waffles with fish slathered in strawberry jam, pour feces on my neighbors, eat my pizza from yesterday, turn on gangsta rap. Wait. Don't know what it is and how to turn it on, but no. They chose the worst of all possible options. One of the men poured a glass of whiskey and placed it on the table. Without ice, I thought. Great, thought Winston. The men, thinking that they had achieved their goal, turned their attention to me. They demanded that I give them the money, but I had no idea what they were talking about. The first thug to be knocked down was the one who shouted about Lebowski and money. When Winston is under the influence of whiskey, he has no control over the force of the blow. Soon may the Wellerman come, to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day, when the tongue is done, we'll take our leave and go, sang Winston, and finishing off the other thug with jab cross left uppercut cross. I had never watched live boxing before, much less a genre like dog boxing. And it's live. Winston and I stood together in the window and watched these fools for a long time. I got a pink mask and Winston a new bottle for his collection. They ran away quickly, I thought. Newbies, thought Winston. That's the end of the story. Okay, that's cool, but what happened to the painting? You'll ask. I don't know, bro.